I walked away from this and did some errands and chores. And when I opened up the computer, I thought, wow, this actually is kind of rich. This is visually interesting. So I was kind of disappointed the first time around, but I really like this now. So I intend to rebuild this in just a few minutes and do it in real speed, not pausing to explain anything, just doing it and helping you understand how quick this can be. And as I'm pondering this, I'm imagining students who get through and tell their friends, oh, don't watch those other videos, just do this one. It's short and real easy to follow. The problem with that is how many tips, how many strategies, how many explanations did I try to share? The idea isn't to get through this process. The idea is to understand this process and get the thinking behind it. You need to start thinking in Photoshop. Photoshop's very different than Illustrator. They both use layers, but they use them very differently. And the more you use both programs, the more you'll understand just how different they are. And of course, there are similarities as well. But from my time visiting Adobe, I couldn't believe that there's very little communication between the two teams. They are separate entities. The Photoshop team and the Illustrator team, when you meet with the product, the people in charge of it, they freely admit, now we don't really talk a lot. I think that's a mistake. There could be a lot more commonalities between the two, but enough of that. So I urge you to encourage your friends to take the time to do this right. I want you to learn how to think in Photoshop and how to become a pro. This isn't all that can be done to this. There are so many other things. But here's another image. And as I was going through the images, I saw this one and I saw this face, this eye across the brow and the start of a second eye and kind of the hint of a nose and the mouth downward. And it looks like a perfect picture for Julius Caesar, if you know the story at all. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this works on this image. And I'll come right back and run right through this.